The topic of today's podcast is why you should quit your studies if you want to become a successful director. I was a very young teenager in the school when I made my first short film. A couple of months later, my mom came home from some parental evening and brought a business card which was saying that there is opening a new film school in our town led by the main university that we had. And I went there and I studied there 4 years. Then I made a pause of a year from the film, which doesn't mean that I've stopped with film completely. It means that I stopped with studying, focused on the film, because I had some very complicated school exams at this point and I was graduating, so it was quite tough. But I continued making the short films and commercials wherever and whenever I could. The next year, I studied as a filmic and theatrical equipment engineer. So I learned how you take the roll of a film, put it into an old film projector, and then make a screening in the old film cinema. After this, I started my studies in filmmaking in Berlin. After 8 years, I can say that none of these places taught me something about directing. I didn't learn anything about how to direct films. I learned how to make camera on, how to change the lens on the camera. I learned how to make the light for your film. I learned how to record sound for your film. I learned what is the structure you need to keep while you're writing a script for a film, whatever a short film or feature film. I learned nothing about directing. And I remember in the beginning of my path, in the very, very first place, which was connected to this university, I was coming to my professor every day because I wanted to be a director. I was asking him, what is director's job? And he never told me. Moreover, he told me that he's never gonna tell me about it, that I need to figure it out myself. And it took me quite a while to find an answer. Why did he say so? And why is this question even appearing in the horizon of my mind? Because I basically found myself in a school where I'm not learning directing, where I'm rather learning script writing and the technical aspects of the film. So this where it was so hard to understand what is exactly I'm doing. And this is the moment when actually the all education that I had in direction of film and in the field of media and cinema made me only distract from my main goal and from my main wish, desire of directing, desire of leading the production. Because I was trying to find a possibility to study it in the places that study you only production. Why this happens? This is the main question. Directing is a taste. Directing is nothing what you learn from others. This is why I'm not going to study ever directing from anyone, because directing is trying to film, develop the film, shot the film, edit the film, distribute the film, and make all the right decisions on the stages, that it aligns with your vision, and that no one from the whole production is distracting you from your idea and from what are you trying to chase with this. Directing is watching, filming, failing, experiencing, and working with different teams, with different people, with different faces, with different texts. The problem is that school teaches the things that are measurable. If we come to a practical part of what I'm actually talking about, I would say that the only real way to realize how to develop yourself as the director and to learn directing is taking the decision making and judgment over your work or material in your own hands. What does it mean? It means that the text of a film is something what is developed by your own hands. The production is ruled and led by you and you only. And the editing of the film is also a full your job. This way, you can actually polish your style and your taste towards one material from 3 different perspectives. You can learn how on different stages of production you can communicate, judge, and negotiate different decisions with different teams and people. And on side, while all these processes are happening, you just deeply analyze the films made by other directors, and especially watching the amateur directors. This is the only advice that I can give you on this stage, and this is the only advice that helped me, that I'm using and following till today. Sometimes it might be mistaken to overload yourself with the job on the production. Just make sure that there is nothing technical about the film what you take in your own hands. There are other people who can synchronize the shots with the sound. There are other people who can print the shot list, and there are other people who can make a production schedule. In conclusion, one simple message that I have to say: film schools can give you tools, but only film directing can teach you directing.